Yeah, I'm ready.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Jeff Sherwood,
And I'm Johnny Sherwood,
and we are the
the
Relationship
relationship
Guys.
guys.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, if you're joining us tonight, I want you to say what's up. This is going to be an interactive hangout, and so we're going to be using your fingers tonight. So get those fingers warmed up, if you will. So
Yeah.
if you can see us, just type yes. If you can hear us, just type yes. If you have issues seeing either me, Johnny, or our special guest all the way from Africa, South Africa, is Dave Ranica. So yeah, Dave's joining us live from South Africa, and I'm here in Knoxville, Tennessee. So we figured we would start this thing off by telling a little bit about ourselves and just kind of give you some networking value, guys. So I'm going to start it off tonight by giving you a little bit of my background, kind of telling you how I got started working online and things like that. So for starters, in case you didn't catch that intro, I'm Jeff Sherwood. I'm 31 years old, and I live in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm married and have 3 boys. All right, so I came online to work back when I was a freshman at South College here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I was looking for a way to make some money online because I had a really hectic school schedule, and so I couldn't just go out and get a regular job working regular hours. So I eventually started learning how to do different things online. You know, when I first got on, I had no clue how to build a website. I would stay up for hours and hours and hours, guys. I'm talking about, woo. I mean, I would stay up working online for like 18 hours a day and then go to school for 8 or 10 hours a day and then try to study and get papers done in between here and there, you know. But what happened was I was eventually able to make everything work out the right way. I was able to start learning how to build websites. I learned how to design websites, and I learned a lot about affiliate marketing. So the way I ran my affiliate marketing business was to drive a lot of free traffic to it because I was a broke college student. I mean, come on, guys. I didn't have any money to just throw at paid advertising. So it was those same free traffic methods that I took the time to learn way back then that I still use in my business today. So what I did was I just I learned how to do affiliate marketing. I got to the point where I had graduated college. I was a double major. I have a bachelor in business administration. I have a bachelor in business administration with concentration in accounting. And I graduated with a 3.82 GPA. So what I did was go out and try to find a job at a bunch of different accounting firms and basically just had a really hard time. And then it just hit me, you know, like I'm pretty good at this affiliate marketing stuff. Let me give that a whirl. So I got on and I started taking it seriously, and I was able to build my business up to a 5-figure income, and I was doing pretty good. So I didn't have to go out and work. I was feeling good, you know. And then all of a sudden Google changed some stuff, and the strategies I was using, they started not to work, and everything just kind of fell apart. And so I was like, man. And so I kind of gave up and went back to work as a grill cook at a local sports bar. And I was making $10 an hour. And I decided, you know what, man, I want more out of life. And that's when I ran in to Johnny, just kind of reconnected with Johnny. And he was doing this thing called Empower Network and iPass system that he was really adamant that I must take a look at. You know what I mean? He wanted me to look into it. And so I said, okay, I'll hear you, man. I'm really not, you know, going back in that online thing, but he's like, man, I'm telling you, you'll blow this thing up, everything you know, because he knows that I had kind of been fiddling back around with it, you know, because I still make an income off things I did 3 or 4 years ago with affiliate marketing, so it's cool. And so he was like, you know, you got to kind of check this thing out. So I went to the little video, and I was like, this is pretty badass, you know. I was like, man, this is pretty badass. So I got in there and man, I took a hold of this system and some things we'll talk about later on. You know, you'll start to see the power of, you know, your mindset, the power of networking, because you know, I mean, there's nothing like what we do here, and we're going to be discussing something, you know, giving you some information about what we do as well. So that'll come later on. We want to really give you guys some value after we tell ourselves about each other. So what I'm going to do now is bring on Johnny, and he's going to tell you a little bit about his background.
Yeah, basically, my story goes back a couple of years ago, and some of you may have heard it, some of you may not have, but just to give you kind of an idea of, I've struggled online trying to make money for literally years. I tried to make this work, and my family knows how hard that I have struggled in trying to find something to make work online. And the problem was really is I could never find anything that was complete that would actually teach me. I said I struggled for a long time. I just could not get into the right thing, and it wasn't. I think it maybe been about 16, 17 weeks now. I've gotten into iPass, and I started seeing success just by the strategies I was implementing in that. And like Jeff said, he's right. We came into it, and basically me and him had, we're cousins, and we had lost contact, just the way things go when you go through life and you're working and stuff like that. And we reconnected, and when I saw him, I knew that he would blow it up. I think actually how it happened was you liked one of my Google Plus posts.
That's what it was, man. That's exactly what it was. I was sitting here thinking about that. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
And when he saw it, he was at it, like he wasn't into it. I could tell, and he was like, "Yeah, I might check it out, man." And then whenever he checked it out, I saw that he went in and did the trial, and he knew what it was instantly. I knew once he got in it, he would see the value in it because he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. So, and that's how we kind of came together as the relationship guys. And you all might be thinking in your head about that intro we did. We do that because that's how we're branding ourselves as the relationship guys. So we do everything together, and we just, our reason for doing our business is to help people. That's what we truly have a passion to do. Yeah.
Hey, Johnny, real quick. Hey, guys, if you're listening out there, remember I said we're going to make this interactive, right? So just since Johnny brought that intro up, on a scale of 1 to 10, how badass is that intro anyway? Like how much do you like that thing on a scale of 1 to 10? Just type that in the comment box for me.
Yeah, put that in the comment box. And
I'll let you go ahead and tell about yourself, Johnny, there. I'll let you. Sorry for interrupting you, brother.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, man, so I mean, when he got into it, he saw it, and I already knew what it was. I was having results with it, and really a lot of different training in this is what's helped me. It hasn't been all just from iPass. It's been a lot with the community, the people that I've connected with and stuff like that. And that's really what we want to talk about is how you actually can build your business just by connecting with people. You don't have to be a tech savvy person to do this. You don't have to know how to build websites and stuff like that. I mean, really it's step by step as far as the training inside of iPass and inside of Empower. But when you start building connections with people, when you start reaching out to people, then that's how you can really explode your business. And that's what we want to talk to you guys about, and just kind of give you some strategies and stuff like that on how we've done it so that you can do the same things in your business. Like for instance, just to give you, an idea, Dave has graciously helped us do this, hangout tonight. And that's the support that's in this. I mean, I'm not on Dave's team. And he's helped me. And me and Jeff just got back from the Nashville, the Empower Network Unleash event up in Nashville, and it was amazing. I mean, it was just amazing. So much stuff there learned, so many connections that we made. It's so amazing. Ryan, my sponsor, actually came out and literally helped us, create an awesome capture page video for us. And we got that one-on-one training with him and was able to, connect in that way and just, build a friendship. And it's just awesome when you're able to do that. So, like I said, I mean, that's pretty much my story. Is I struggled online for years. My professional background is in automotive repair. I've owned different automotive repair shops, and they've all just crashed because it's just a hard niche, a hard market to get into offline down here where I'm from, because there's an auto repair shop on every corner. But this online business, I always knew it could work. I always knew it could, and it wasn't until like I said, when I got serious 15 weeks ago is when I started getting the results that I started getting. Because before I would just mess around, but I really wasn't serious about my business. I would let different things, take me and deter me away from everything, and that just really, it didn't let me be serious. So when I got serious is when I started getting results. But Jeff, man, you want to talk to them about some stuff you got for them about building some relationships and stuff like that? I know you got some killer stuff to share with them.
Yeah, man. But first, let me ask Dave. Hey, Dave, what time is it over in Africa? Just to show you the dedication that that this team has to each other. You know what I mean? Like Johnny said, we're not even on Dave's team. Dave has literally no financial incentive to help us out at all, and he's here to help us because we're a community of people who support each other. So, Dave, I mean, like, what time is it over there in South Africa, Dave?
It is 3:10 in the morning.
So it is 3:10 a.m. in South Africa, and this man is up on our hangout, you know, helping us out. So yeah,
no, it's my pleasure, man. It's my pleasure. You guys have been such a great help to me. I would say, you know, I felt like I was really at that event with you guys. I mean, you kept in contact with me. You know, we had phone calls, and you really, you know, we kind of worked together. And as Johnny was saying, even though we're not on the same team directly, we just like to help each other and support each other, and that's what this business is about, really.
Absolutely.
Hey Dave, how cool was it, man, that we were able to get you on Skype and give you an actual tour of the resort and just take you around and show you all the water features and the resort and the restaurants and all that. Was that cool, man?
Oh man, that was awesome. These guys actually took me, like, they were in their room, and then they walked down the corridor and they took me down to the whole area where the waterfall there was in the actual building. It was amazing, man. Absolutely. And we saw Ryan there and Wade Baskin. It was amazing, honestly.
Yeah. We got to actually put Dave on the phone with you know, on Skype at the event with Ryan Maynard and Wade Baskin. So that was pretty awesome. But you know, that just kind of goes to show you that we help each other around here. So you're not it's your business that you're owning, you know what I mean? So, but you're not in business by yourself. You're just in business for yourself, you know what I mean? So what I want to do now is just kind of tell you about some of the fun things that we did and how we got to do them, because what this is network marketing. So you have to network with each other, you know what I mean? So the importance of networking will literally make you millions of dollars. And these results are not typical. You can see our average earnings disclaimer at empowernetwork.com/income. So, but it's wild, because we were able to go around and interview all of the top leaders in this company. And not only did we get interviews with them, but we partied with them till 3 in the morning and shut down a Waffle House with them at 4. So, I mean, when you're talking about the power of networking and the power of wanting to make money and whatever you're doing, guys, I don't care if you're, you know, if you own an auto repair shop like Johnny used to, you have to build relationships with people in order for that business to succeed and to grow and to get to that level that you want it to go to. And it all starts with building those relationships. So, you know, let me see here. Most of the people that we were able to build relationships with, it was because we were able to catch them in a comfortable environment. So we were able to catch them when they were standing around purposely wanting to talk to people. We weren't like running in on them in the bathroom like, hey man, how's it going? Can I get an interview after you're done? You know, like, no, it wasn't nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like,
although we did catch Dave Wood coming out.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, guys, I'll just go ahead and break out that story real quick. All right, so the way we got a picture with Dave Wood, because that cat's hard to catch. He's got 3 bodyguards around him at all times. That's how serious this guy is. I mean, he's made $150 million online. So if I had made that much, maybe I'd have some bodyguards like Dave Wood. But either way, I did actually wait outside the bathroom for him to come out, and then just kind of jumped on him when he came out, because I knew that was my only opportunity. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, I got my picture, right? That's what I wanted. I got it. So right. I had to do what I had to do.
Right.
So anyway, I guess the first tip I can give you, and if you're taking notes, I want you to write this down. The first tip I can give you is to catch someone in a comfortable environment, and what I mean by that is when they're relaxed, when they actually want to talk to you. So that would be my first suggestion. My second one is that they are going to be busy. People are going to be busy. So, you know, kind of stand there and wait patiently until they turn to you and say, hey, how's it going? You know, because they will. That's what they're there to do. So wait patiently on them to finish their conversation. And if they've gotten everybody except you and it's your next turn, do what Johnny did. Go up and just grab them and say, hey, and make them turn back around, you know, just, you know, make them turn back around. If you want something, go get it, right? So, so wait patiently, but don't be afraid to jump in if you need to. So passive aggressive kind of thing, I guess. Tip number 3 would be to go to the smoking area at right outside the event, any event is held, because that's where you're going to network with a lot of people. There are a lot of, even if you don't smoke, you can still go out there and just network, because there are a lot of people who do smoke, and you can sit there and get like awesome traffic strategy. I mean, I'm not even talking about networking with, you don't have to network with the higher ups, even though, me and Johnny were able to. Sit around and talk to Alex and Anna Zubrev for about 30 minutes one day, on a few different occasions, just while they were out there smoking. But either way, you can network with other people within the business and, actually ask them what traffic strategies they have. How are they getting their leads? How are they converting their leads? What are they doing, So I would definitely go out to the smoking area. And if, like you're at this big event, right? So there's going to be times where there's other languages speakers that are going on, or you're not going to resonate with someone who's on the stage as much as you do someone else. So there's a lot of other people like that, and they'll go outside the event and just network. So that's what me and Johnny did also. Every time, instead of sitting there being at the table and being lost in what they were telling, we would just walk out, and smoke a cigarette and network with folks, and just sit out there in the hallway and network with folks. So that's actually how we met Pat Patterson with smoking. I mean, we talked to that guy. We talked to that guy probably 10 or 20 times a day.
Yeah. Yeah, he was always out there just smoking, and he was out there a lot. But he's a great dude. Pat is. He's awesome. But he's just right. That's a good way to actually connect with people. Is just like being in that environment, and that's the importance of the actual events as well. But there's a lot of different things that go into when you actually start building relationships with people, because once when you've made that initial contact, and you actually like if you're reaching out to them on Facebook, and I don't care who it is, if you're reaching out, you want to be able to reach out to them and actually connect with them and build them up while you're actually talking to them. Like for instance, if you are talking to if you're talking to Justin Berengia, or you're reaching out to D, or you're really trying to reach out to someone that can influence your business, you want to be able to have that build up with them in those messages, and be able to tell them, just build them up really good with compliments. Let them know how much you appreciate them being leaders in this industry, because the fact of the matter is, if it wasn't for leaders in this industry like them, then we wouldn't be able to do like we do, because they're the ones that are graciously helping and teaching people, and that's where we come from. Is we want to just pay that forward and help others in their business and teach them how to do things literally step by step. And it goes into a lot of different things. Like I know for me, doing the interviews like I did, I would never have been able to do that if I didn't have my mindset right. So mindset is so important, and I get my mindset from listening to daily audios and stuff like that, like in the Inner Circle in Empower Network. And if you're in an Empower Network and you don't have the Inner Circle, you need to get it. If you're not in, you need to get in, right? But knowing like having my mindset right gave me really the confidence to actually be able to go up and to interview people like Chris Jones and Mars and Jay Cron and Anna and Alex and all those people. I mean, it was just. If my mindset.
Check this out. Here, Johnny's probably too embarrassed to tell the story, but I'm gonna tell it. He's not embarrassed. I'm just saying. I'm just wanting to jump in there and tell it. But anyway, so here's like what Johnny's talking about with your mindset. You have to have your mindset that I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it because nobody else is going to do it. Right. So what you want to do in life and in business and anything you do is stand out. Don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid to be different than everybody else. Just because somebody says something won't work, don't mean it won't work. And that's the same with anything in life. If you keep letting those people tell you that your ideas ain't going to work, your dreams are worth shit, it's not going to work. It's not going to. Your whole life is just going to be meaningless, because you're never going to take any chances. You're never going to do anything else with your life. You're just going to keep listening to those people tell you it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So, here's the story: is we were standing. We actually got to the event at the welcome party on Thursday night, And so we were standing around, kind of being wallflowers. We were kind of networking with some people, meeting some people, hanging out. But then there were points where we were just standing around. But what we were actually doing, people thought we were standing around. We were actually just sitting there strategizing for when we were going to catch people at the right moment. But we were kind of like, I don't know if I really want to do that because this is the CEO of the company, and I just don't know if I feel comfortable enough to go up to the CEO of the company and blah, blah, blah. So they actually, this is how awesome this company is. So they threw us this welcome party, right? So they rented out like this whole restaurant in the middle of the resort, which, guys, was absolutely beautiful. I think when we interviewed Jay Cron, he described it as 9 acres of Disneyland under glass. And, guys, that's exactly what it was. It was like 9 acres of paradise. It was absolutely gorgeous. But, the thing is that they catered an event for us, and they brought in a nacho bar, and they brought in a vegetable bar and fruit bar and dessert bar, and had all these waiters walking around, and so we actually went over to get some nachos. And before that, we had made a few excuses about why we weren't going to go up to Jay Cron, why we weren't going to do this and that and the other. We were just going to stand by and watch everybody else have fun. So then, we got him in the perfect lighting because we had this. What happened was our phones died, so we didn't have a way to even get a picture with him, right? So all we had was this little flip cam. I don't have it handy right now. It's a little flip cam for those of you who know what a flip cam is. But so we were like, you know what? We can't get a picture. You know what? We'll just see if he'll do an interview. Forget it. And so Johnny's sitting here eating his nachos, but he's like, before that, he's like, no, it's not the right lighting and this and that and the other. So he's eating his nachos, and I'm like, all right, dude, he's right up underneath like 2 street lights in perfect lighting right now. He's like, yeah, but he's talking to people, and I just don't want to bother him. And I was like, hey, man, he's in the perfect lighting, so what's your excuse now? He's like, I'm eating nachos. I was like, so you're telling me that whenever you have the opportunity to tell this story one day, you want to let people say, oh, well, I had an opportunity to interview Jay Cron, but I was eating nachos. He was like, he stood there for a second, and he was like, you know what? You're right. I'm going. Let's go. And then he grabbed me. I was shocked, I was like, I wasn't fixing it. I'm not that type of person. I wasn't fixing to walk over there and do it. But I was like, man, if he's going, I'm going. You know what I mean? And that's why we work so perfect as a team, is because we're both leaders at the right time. We both know when to lead. We both know when to follow. So we work perfect as a team.
Because the fact of the matter is if you wouldn't have been there to help push me, I mean, the experience probably wouldn't have been the same if we wouldn't have been there together. But that first, that first initial interview we did is what gave us the drive and the confidence and everything to actually go and continue to do more. And I think we wound up getting like 7 or 8 with a bunch of different leaders. And literally, I mean, we've built ourselves, a nice little marketing platform that we can do. But if my mindset hadn't been right, if I wouldn't have been able to overcome that and actually be like, you know what, instead of making excuses and just taking action on it, then I wouldn't have done it, And that's what a lot of people do in their business, is they make excuses instead of taking action. And the reality of it is, I mean, this is a real business and it does require real work. So you're the one that has to take action in your business every single day. I mean, if you're not getting your mindset right, if you have that doubt in your mind, like, oh well, I've been doing this a month and I haven't made any money yet. If you don't keep that positive mindset and know that it's going to work and know what you're doing now is going to pay you in the future, then you're going to wind up just quitting. It's all about having that mindset right and knowing where you're going in life. And that's another thing is, having your why very clear, understanding why you're doing this business. Make sure that's big enough and strong enough, because if it's not, the first time you run into a little obstacle, first time it gets hard for you, you're just gonna give up and quit. And that's just not if you don't have that big enough why, you're just going to struggle in your business and you're just going to make it long and dragged out. If you have a big enough why, you can literally powerhouse through anything and everything, because you know why you're doing this and you're not going to give up no matter what. And you find ways to overcome. I've saw so much people will have trouble, like, you know, and I don't know why they have trouble, but people will have trouble getting through the first stages of setting everything up and stuff sometimes. And I don't understand why, really, because now it's so stupidly simple. I mean, it's literally you just push a button and set up everything. It's crazy. But
hey Johnny. Hey, just for the new people out there who may not even know what the hell we're even talking about, let's just kind of, you know, give them a run through of, you know, basically, guys, what we're talking about is a 21-day blogging challenge when it all boils down to it. We're talking about the most powerful blogging platform that I've ever seen personally. And like I said, guys, I've been doing this for 7 years. So we're talking about this thing is so, like Johnny said, it's stupidly simple that a 6,700-year-old grandma in a wheelchair with no legs was at the conference because it's that simple that she's just killing it out there. You know, I got a chance to talk to her. It's that simple to do. But what we're talking about is, you know, taking something that you're passionate about, something you can write about, something you want to talk about, you know, and going out there and building relationships with people in that same niche of things that you like, and making your business succeed. I mean, it's simple with the Klaatu blogging system anyway, because the thing is that, like I said, I focus on a lot of free traffic, so I would consider myself an SEO master because I can do a lot of SEO stuff. But anyway, the Klaatu blogging system, I can take that and literally be ranked on the first page for my target keyword in 5 minutes. I mean, it's that powerful. And if you can do that, for enough keywords, then you start driving massive traffic to your blog that way. I mean, it's just stupidly ridiculous. And plus, there's something in being consistent for 21 days. So they have this 21-day blogging challenge, which is, man, I got to tell you guys, it's just freaking awesome. So they have this 21-day blogging challenge, and the Klaatu blog has this suggestion feature where it'll actually suggest a title for you, but you have this 21-day challenge plugin in there, and it'll actually run you through this 21-day cycle that gets you used to blogging. And so it actually just says, it's actually a form. This is how stupidly simple it is. It's a form where you go in and you put in, it'll say the title of your post or something. It'll say, talk about your some videos that you like on YouTube or whatever, and then plug in the code for the video, and then it just tells you step by step by step, just like Johnny said. Exactly, you follow that little plan right there, and then you get the inner circle, and you start getting training, and you start building a team. It changes your life.
Yeah, and the inner circle is really important. Like I said, that's how I get my training on my mindset, and how I know to, you know, persist through everything, and you know, because my why is big enough, and having that clear vision and knowing exactly where I want to go in life, and you know, taking steps to actually get there, and taking action every single day in my business to get there is exactly why, you know, I've been able to create results, and that's why you've been able to create results, is because we take our business serious. And that's really what you have to do, is you have to take your business serious. And you know, Jeff's right. I mean, it is simple. This business is really, it's simple, but at the same time, you still have to do the work. You know, it's stuff that you have to learn and go through that learning curve. And you've got to understand that in the beginning of this, there is going to be a learning curve, and you have to go through that and be able to push through that in order to be successful. Because I see so many people that struggle on doing just the simple stuff, but they'll persist through it, and like they'll start making sales. You know, and it's just crazy how that happens. Just, you know, people will go through it, and so many people, like, their why's not big enough, so they'll give up on those first stages. You know.
You know what, Johnny? You know, going to what you said right there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's powerful. All that's powerful, because, you know, you're talking about people struggling with little stuff, and then saying, "Oh, I can't set up my autoresponder. I quit. I can't. This makes money too hard." And then it's just like, okay, well, go get you a job at McDonald's, and you can go flip burgers, because I guarantee you, if you don't know how to flip burgers at McDonald's, that's going to be hard. Are you going to quit McDonald's? Are you just going to go to every job where it's hard and keep giving up? Or are you going to take chances and say, hey, this is hard, but I can push through this because I want my kids to stay out of daycare. I don't want to have to put my kids in daycare. I want to be able to travel. I want to go to the beaches of the world. I want to do what I want, when I want, how I say, and live life on my terms and stop living in this little box that they put you in. Whenever you go to school and graduate school, and then you go to college like I did, and you get out, and you can't find a job anywhere. And even if you find a job, who cares? You're using your skills, your abilities to make somebody else rich. That makes no sense to me, folks. I refuse to die in a cubicle. I refuse to live life where people are, going to tell me what time I have to be somewhere, that what time I can go take vacation, that I can't go to my son's school play at school, that I can't go to my son's soccer game. No, I refuse to do that, and that's why I'm going to be successful in this business, and that's why I'm going to be on stage in Vegas. That's why, because my why is big enough, and that's what Johnny's talking about. You have to have a reason that wakes you up every morning in order to make it in this business. If your why does not wake you up every morning, you might as well give up.
Yeah, or find a bigger why, because it's got to be big enough for sure. I know with me, like I struggled in my business for a long time, and it was because I wasn't taking it serious. I wasn't treating it like a business. I was, fiddle farting around with it. And when I started taking it serious was when I started getting results, when I started actually plugging in to everything. And when you start plugging in like to this system and you start plugging into the community, in the groups, in the, the 24-hour marketing group and the, OPFN group and stuff like that, you start plugging into these groups and engaging in it, you start building relationships with people. And that's what's so cool about this is you build those relationships. But another thing people really struggle with is they get on here and like they get confused because they don't feel like they know what to do. And again, that's where you can communicate and you can reach out to people and get a daily action plan in place and know what you're doing every day. Every single day you should be doing income producing activities. There's no way around it. You have to be doing income producing activities. And if you're not, then obviously you're not going to make any income. That's just the reality of it. So you have to get a daily action plan in place and know exactly what you're doing. That way when you get up, this is what the steps you're going to take throughout your day. And then when you do that consistently over and over and over again, you start getting results. I don't care how slow you are. I don't care how ugly you are or how pretty you are or whatever. You start getting results because you're taking action and being consistent every single day. And you've got to have that. You've got to have that that daily action plan and have your mindset right. Know what your why is. Know what your vision is. Know where you're going. You know what I mean? Know exactly where you're going. Have a very clear vision on where you want to be in life, and go get it, because that's as simple as it is. It really is that simple if you just take action and go after it. I think it is. What about your take on it?
It is. It absolutely is. And I'm gonna kind of let Dave jump in right here, if it's all right with you, Johnny. And then guys, I know you're saying I came for the ninja hangout tricks and marketing tricks and stuff, and I'm not here for all this. So anyway, we're going to get to that here in just a few minutes. I got some really cool stuff that I'm going to teach you that I personally learned firsthand that got me to go out and party with the creator of iPass. Me and Johnny went out, and party with Chris Jones after the iPass Black Card party on Sunday night, man, and it was just off the chain. And so what I want to do is just I want to offer that for the people who are serious, because I know if you're serious about wanting to learn that kind of stuff, you're going to stick around to the end, right? Type right if you want to hear the information that I'm going to provide at the end, and that'll let me know that you're going to stick around. And right now, what I want to do is kind of bring in Dave, because he's really into this kind of the mindset thing. He's got a really great mindset, and like I said, he's all the way in South Africa, folks. If a man from South Africa can do it in that stylish green hat and in them big ass headphones, I know you can. So what I'm going to do is bring in Dave Rannicke, all the way from South Africa.
Hey man, thank you so much, Johnny. You know something? I wanted to actually share this with the group because it's something I've recently discovered and it's made so much sense to me. People say, what's the best way to actually get how can I actually grow my business and feel like I'm actually accomplishing something? And I want to share this with you because I was listening to an audio, and Dave Wood said something very, very interesting. He said that a long time ago he was actually listening to some of Tony Robbins' stuff on audio, and Tony Robbins was going to reveal the big secret as to how you can actually get your business to grow, how you can actually start developing yourself. And so he was saying, oh man, this is going to be great. He's probably going to give me some great advice. And the answer that he gave him was so far beyond what he thought it would be, it was ridiculous. And what Tony Robbins said is that give money away. All right, so he was thinking, give money away. Why would I want to do that? And actually, if you think about it, it makes sense. I mean, you know, I know that churches do that with their tithing, whatever you want to do, give money away to charity or to help people out. But if you think about this for a second, if you're going to give something away, if you're going to be giving a portion of money away, there is no way that you can give something away without feeling grateful at the same time. It's impossible. At the very time that you're giving money away to somebody else, there is no way that you can't think to yourself, I have enough to feed myself and my family. You know what? You've got to kind of take that perspective with this business. You know, if you want to actually be grateful and to grow and to get into another level, you've got to take the step and say, you know what? I'm going to get into you know, the bronze level. I'm going to get into the gold level. I'm going to get all in. I'm going to contribute. I'm going to give my money away so that I can feel grateful at the same time. And that's really what this business is about. It's about giving you the ability to be free in what you're doing so that you can be grateful all the time. And that really hit home for me. You know, it kind of really made sense as to why people, you know, why people give money away. And, you know, it isn't just about getting recognition, although that is a part of it. But when people give money away, even on the, you know, when they do it silently, there is no way that you can give money away without feeling a sense of gratitude towards that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to anyone online?
Yeah, Bush. Hey, type it in the comments, guys, if it makes sense. Say it makes sense.
I'll tell you another thing that's so awesome about, you know, this business and this community and this, you know, the iPass and Empower is you know, you say when you give away, you know, the money that it brings you gratitude. That's why all these people in this team, in this community, give away value. That's why, you know, that's why they don't hold stuff back. That's why they'll give it all away. And if all you have to do is just plug in and you get it. And they do that because they get a sense of gratitude out of it when they help somebody, when they genuinely care. And that's what's so cool about it, is you don't realize that when you're watching them on, you know, the Hangouts and stuff like that. You just think that they're just another person that don't care. But these people care, and that's, you know, you care, man. That's why we are so passionate about helping people. I mean, I help people that aren't even connected with me, and I'll help them just because they're in the group, you know.
Hey, Johnny, tell them about the ball field story you was telling me about yesterday. About helping people that way.
Yeah, so I coach my 8-year-old's ball team, and we had got to practice. We got there a little early, probably about an hour early, to toss the ball and warm up and stuff like that. And when we were there was a couple other little people just playing on the field, on the softball field, and basically it was a guy and his girlfriend, and the guy's 2 kids, and his girlfriend's 2 kids, and her friend, and then another guy that had apparently gotten in the mix or whatever. But anyway, they start screaming and yelling, and they take off, and the guy with the 2 kids had came back, and when he came back, he got out, and me and my son were throwing the ball, and he come up, and he was like, man, I just apologize for all the yelling and screaming and carrying on. You know, I just went up to him and I genuinely cared about how he felt, because I get those kind of relationships, because he was screaming at her down the road, and y'all can imagine in your head how it is if you've ever been in a relationship and you've gotten in arguments and you're in that heat of the moment and you're screaming and the kids were crying and everything else. And, you know, I just gave him some advice, and I just told him what my experiences have taught me and stuff like that. And he winded up, you know, he wanted my phone number and stuff like that, and I gave it to him, and you know, hopefully he'll connect with me one day if he wants to. You know, it's cool. But I didn't do it because I thought it was going to benefit me. I did it because I genuinely care, and that's exactly why I do the stuff I do in my business. And, you know, that's why we do like we do, is because we genuinely care to help people, and that's, you know, that's what it's about. And when you start realizing that, the faster you realize that's what it's about, is the faster you'll start getting results in your business. Because when you start reaching out and start helping people, you start building an authority online and stuff like that. And once you start doing that, it's like it just starts rolling. It's a snowball effect, kind of like inside yourself and everything else. You start gaining more confidence. You start being, more into your actual business because you actually genuinely are passionate about what you're doing. I mean, that's the way it is with me, anyway.
Right on, Johnny. Hey, I wanted to go back to what you were talking about with, that kind of that mindset of giving things away, David, and kind of continue this thing because that is kind of what this community is about. Is like helping each other out, helping each other succeed, helping each other by pulling each other up. Most companies that you work for in corporate America, they just want to kick you back off the ladder if they see you trying to climb up it. They just want to like kick you right in the face. And you're like, you don't have that teamwork that you have like in this community, man. When you actually get involved and you're actually, helping each other and stuff like that, you get such a great feeling. It helps me sleep better at night knowing I can help as many people as I can help all over the world. So if Dave needed help with something, I don't have to jump on a plane to South Africa. I can just call Dave on Skype and say, hey, Dave, what's up, man? So that's the same kind of thing that we offer here, guys. If you're having trouble with something, even if you're in the UK, Mike, I can call you on Skype and get a hold of you, and we can work through the issue.
Yeah, and that goes back into, again, networking and building relationships with people. Like, I wouldn't know Dave, and I wouldn't be able to communicate with, everybody else if I didn't reach out and connect with them. Because when people start out, they're timid, and it makes people feel more comfortable when you actually reach out and care because they know somebody's actually caring about their business and caring about helping them and stuff like that. And that's exactly what this is about, because this business online is complete opposite from corporate America and stuff. But just like you said, in corporate America, when you're climbing up the ladder, there's somebody there wanting to kick you in the face and knock you right back down because they're scared you're going to get their job. This business, it benefits you to pull people up. It benefits you to help people, and that's why this is so. This is just so such an empowering business. Because
if you think about corporate, any corporate situation, it is really based on kicking you down when you're trying to climb up, but it's always also based around the fact that they're giving you money. So, in other words, you are in their pocket. Whereas in this business, we are the people giving money because we want to grow, and that's the interesting thing about it. It's an interesting concept because most of my life, in a third world country like where I'm at, it's virtually impossible to get yourself a good job based on political reasons, and there's a lot of them in this country. But I've never been able to build up an income where I'm financially free in the situation that I'm at. It's never been possible for me to do that. And the interesting thing about it is, or the irony is, the more money I've actually spent on this business, getting into this particular system, the more money I've made. And that's based on the fact that every time I have decided to take the plunge and say, you know what, I'm going to level up, I'm going to go into the next sequence, I'm going to go into bronze, I'm going to go into gold. Every single time I've done that, I have felt a sense of gratitude because I'm going to get so much out of it. I'm going to get so much value. And I'm not just giving money for, it's not like I'm getting nothing back. I'm getting more information. One of the training courses they have here, it is literally, I think it's like just under 48 hours of training back to back on the how-to process of marketing. And I got so much value out of that. And I could never, like the 15K, for instance, you want to buy that, that's $1,000. In my country, that's 13,000 Rand, which is like if I said to you, would you pay $13,000 for a product? It's a huge deal. It's a huge deal. Yeah. But and as I was getting it, as I was actually getting that actual product, I felt a sense of it was like, oh my word, I'm actually going to be getting this, and I'm going to be able to provide so much value to my team. I'm going to be able to think right with the mindset, be able to rub shoulders with six and figure earners, it was an unbelievable experience, and believe me, it's not easy for me to get all in to the stage of this business, but I'm absolutely determined to get to that last level, and yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what I have to say.
Yeah, I'm trying. We're trying our best to get our stuff situated and get it arranged where we can get all in too, because we recognize the value in it, and you know, it's just something you have to do if you want to start creating those, you know, 5-figure monthly, you know, monthly incomes. Because I mean, you can create that, but it's going to take a lot more if you're just at the pro or whatever, you know, if you just have the inner circle and stuff like that. But I mean, you can definitely do it, but it's going to take a lot more to do it. But you want to position yourself to get those bigger commissions, obviously. And plus, like Dave said, the value in those products are ridiculous. I mean, you know, you say you pay, it's like us paying $13,000, and the reality of it is the products are worth more than that.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, tell them about, all right, let's go into, you know, let's start moving into these ninja tactics, Johnny. So,
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
So, like, tell these folks, like, who we hung out and networked with this weekend, you know, like, and tell them, like, especially for the new people, like, who these people are, what they've done in the company as best you can.
Hey guys,
Yeah,
can I say something here? Because you guys, I don't know if it's a ninja tactic that you've got, but are you going to be talking about that whole thing with that bridge page thing?
I mean, yeah, can we?
No,
So
no,
what
just
happened, guys? Huh? What is
no,
it?
I'm just saying because, you know, I mean, that whole experience you guys had,
Yeah.
you've got such a level up on everyone because of that. But I'm gonna let you guys talk. Carry on.
You're good, Dave. I like it.
So yeah.
Man. You make me sound good.
No, I'm just saying. For instance, like you guys watching this right now. Like everybody's watching the webinar right now, and they're thinking, "Gee, how can I actually get that edge, and how can I actually go forward?" And you know, I'm busy. I was just talking to Jeff and Johnny yesterday, and they showed me a video they had made of with themselves and Chris Jones, which is absolutely possible to do if you're at the event, which is why I want to go. So, you know, the two ordinary guys,
Vegas, baby.
Yeah, and they're going to the event, and they've got this opportunity to speak to Chris Jones, and I mean, it's like, you know, we're talking. They're showing his $1 million ring, and they're actually side by side with Chris Jones. Now,
Yeah. So
I'm looking at this going, oh my word! Can you imagine? I mean, like when you introduce people into the business of iPass. And like, you know, somebody's sitting there making a capture video saying, "Hey guys, I just want to introduce you to the system." And while it's great and it works very well, how much better would it be if you had Chris Jones standing next to you while you introduce him to the system? And I'm thinking, oh my word!
So when we went to the event, we had in our mind, we already knew, you know, we were going to work. We were going to work. I mean, that's what we did. And what happened was with the Chris Jones, I'll tell that story real quick, is the event was going on, and they were talking about the bilingual stuff, how we're going in Spanish and all that. And just to be honest with you, I really couldn't sit through there and listen to them talk it in those different languages because you know, I just didn't understand it. And so
not that there's anything wrong with those languages.
No, not at all. So you know, the people that we didn't resonate with when they were on stage, we would just get up and go out and have a break. And I went out to have a break, and I think Jeff went to go get a coffee or something. And and I'm looking, and I'm standing outside, and I'm looking, and I see Chris Jones standing there, and he was talking to Lawrence Tam, and I don't think his girl was there, but it was him and Lawrence Tam. It was Lawrence Tam's wife who was there. And they were sitting there talking, and I text messaged Jeff. I said, Chris Jones is right here, man. And Jeff texted me back and was like, hold him down. So I just went up and I patted him on the shoulder. I introduced myself, and about that time, here comes Jeff around the corner with the cam, and
with my camera.
And I said, we've actually got a relationship blog. Would you care to shoot a quick video about how important relationships are in this business and people getting to the events and stuff like that? So he's like, yeah, no problem, let's do it. And it was cool. I mean, I was nervous through that too, but it was cool, you know. And we just stood right there and literally interviewed him. And all we did was took the video that we did an interview with and edited in at the end of it a call to action. We actually did that last night here. I just put on kind of the same shirt to give that illusion that it was still the same night. But I just did a call to action, inserted into video, and literally.
Hey, Johnny. Hey, I've actually got that video. I just went over to YouTube and I pulled that video up. Do you think we could try to share it and see if the audience can see it or something?
I'll be honest with you. I had a plug-in already crash on my end, so my screen still does this.
It doesn't carry over very well in the Hangout.
Yeah. You don't? Okay. All right. That's cool, man. Well, all right.
So we just made a bridge page out of it, and it basically is going from the capture page into the interview, and then flowing right in the iPad, so it's all congruent. So, yeah, it's definitely a leg up when you're standing right next to the creator of the actual system, and you know he's speaking to you, and he's showing his $1 million ring in the process. You know, so
that is the biggest ninja tactic. That is the biggest ninja tactic right there.
Yeah. Just being able to do stuff like that, and that's why, like, when you guys go to the event, and I'm just going to assume that if you're watching this right now, that you are serious about your business, and if you are serious about it, get to the event and listen. I get that it costs to get to these things. Believe me, I understand that, but I'm sitting here telling you right now, there is no dollar amount you can put on getting to these events. There's no dollar amount you can put on it, and when they do these things for cheap, you know, and like I said, I understand that it costs to get places and fly places and stuff like that, but I'm telling you, if you're serious about your business, you will get to an event, because that's where you're going to be able to do the same things that me and him did. All we did was just, you know, we just marketed.
Tell them how many events we've been to, Johnny. How many events? What does this make for us, man?
This was our first event. It's the first event.
It was our first event, so we were newbies at this, right? So we were newbies at this whole event, network marketing type thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, yeah. I mean, it was almost like when we were there, like that first night, I noticed, I put it into sense, like, you ever been to a party and you're just kind of against the wall, but you're watching and you're looking and everything like that? Like, that's what we were doing, really. We were just kind of scoping everybody out, checking it out, and when we saw that opportunity with J-Cron, I ain't gonna lie, about chickened out of it, because I was eating nachos. And you know, and you gave me that push to actually go through and do that, and that's why we were able to do all the other ones. And
but imagine this though, Johnny, and I want y'all to really think about this too. I want y'all to really, like, sit back and think, if Johnny would have said, no, I'm just going to stand here and eat nachos, the rest of our weekend would not have been possible. There is no way in the world that we would have been at the iPass Black after party, partying with Dee Varengia, Rhonda Swan, Aaron Rashkin, John Pemberthy, Chris Jones. I mean, just count. I could just sit here and name off names all day, and as y'all know, man, these are all $1 million ring earners. So if Johnny would have made the decision to say, well, I'm just going to sit here and eat nachos, the hell with J-Cron, then we would have not been able to do any of that, because that decision that he made, and listen, folks, this is all because his mindset was right. Because on the way to Nashville, all we did was listen to mindset material, and that all comes from the inner circle. Right. So that's why when you see me in the 24-hour marketing group, which all of our people get to be a part of, you know, we all kind of put our teams in there and stuff, and you know, like, if you join, you're going to be not only a part of the iPass community, the Empower community, so you get another community, which is like a sub-community of all that, which is whoever brought you here today, whoever you know, invited you on this hangout. This was an invitation-only hangout, so honestly, you should just feel privileged to be here, honestly, because this person thought that you were someone who is focused on your business, like wanting to make money in life, wanting to be successful in life. So that's what they know about you already. That's why you're invited here. So, you know, feel like that fear just does not exist, is what Johnny's basically saying. Is, you know what I'm saying, that made our whole weekend with his decision, because of his mindset, that we were going to go up to J. Cron and get an interview, and that's exactly what we did. And after that first one, guys, they just felt like rain. Every time I passed Lawrence Tam in the lobby, like we were coming back from drinking at a bar one night, walking through the hotel, and I passed Lawrence Tam, and I just grabbed him by the shoulder and said, "Hey man, what's up? How's it going?" And you know, and then he just turns around like, "Hey man, are you still drinking? It's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning." And I was like, "Yeah, man." And so, man, when you get to party with these people, it's freaking life changing. And then like, you get $1 million earner loose enough, they are liable to tell you anything. So like, why would you not want those tips and secrets that they have to offer? They're $1 million earners. So what I want to do is tell you some of these ninja tactics that I use to, after Johnny's mindset was right, and my mindset was right too, obviously, or I wouldn't have joined in on pushing him, because that's where I said, both of us know when to lead, both of us know when to follow. So it took both of our mindsets being focused on our business, in the right direction, and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So, so basically, what I want to do is kind of run you through the process, and it's a fairly easy process. It's not real hard at all. It takes common sense knowledge, and you see, people are intimidated by words, and so what people get intimidated by is the word network marketing. Like, to some people, that's just a foreign concept. They don't know what it is. They don't know how to do it. It's too hard. Whatever the case may be. But so it all started. We were at the iPass Black party, and we were kind of just hanging around, man. We were taking pictures with everybody, talking to everybody, you know. And you know, I went out and line danced, man. I went out in there and learned me a new line dance. They had Chris Jones had rented out the whole second floor of the Wild Horse Saloon. And guys, if you have not seen this place, this thing is huge. And this is in Nashville, Tennessee again. So, I mean, the Wild Horse Saloon, to rent the second floor of that thing was amazing by itself. He not only rented the second floor, he rented the third floor. So, so we're sitting there networking on the second floor, and I'm like, man, where do people keep going? And I walk up the steps, and I'm like, oh, okay, so the party's up here. But while we're on the second floor, I'm already knowing in my mind what my mission is, because Alex Zubarev, who him and his wife Anna Zubarev have earned over $900,000 with this company in a very short period of time. And again, their results are not typical. You can see our average income disclaimer at empowerednetwork.com/income. So when we first got there, Alex Zubarev walks up to me with a Corona in his hand, and he says 3 words that really set my night off, that really made, you know, because my mindset was in the right place already, it really made my night, because he walks up to me and he looks at me and he said, "Hey," and then he said, "Income producing," I can't do it in his accent. I'm going to try to do it in his accent. His accent is awesome, by the way. If you haven't seen his accent, man, you should look this dude up or listen to your training, because he's in your training, actually. So he said, "Income producing activities." So yeah, that was almost spot on. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not really a voice impersonator. I do it on the side a little bit. But anyway, so I was like, well, I guess I'm here to work then. I thought I was here to drink. I guess I'm here to work. So I was like, I'll just kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And so I walk up to the bar and I get a shot of tequila and a beer. And for those of you who are here that know me, you know, if I do a shot of tequila, anything crazy is liable to happen. So I get Johnny to take my picture holding these 2 drinks, because I was like, man, I'm going to use this later, and I'm going to write a Ninja Network Marketing Guide, and I'm going to use this picture in there later, because one of the things that you can do at these events is just buy someone a drink if you want a foot in the door. It's like real life, you know what I'm saying? If you're a guy and you want to talk to a pretty girl, you buy her a drink, you know, so that gets your foot in the door to try to embarrass yourself. But I'm just kidding. I embarrass myself. But anyways. Back on topic, man, I was like, okay, cool. But at that moment, I never expected to actually do it. I was just thinking it's a good idea. So I get up there around Chris Jones and his woman, and I said, "Hey, Chris, can I buy you a drink?" And he's like, "Yeah, man." And so I asked the woman with him, you know, can I buy you a drink too? Because by doing that, she feels included. You know what I'm saying? So by doing that also, that's something that a lot of people are not going to do. So it goes back to when I was talking about do something that other people are not going to do. Stand out. Make yourself different, because that's what they're looking for. Everybody's running up to them asking, hey, Chris, how can I get some traffic? Hey, Chris, you know, like, hey, can I buy you a drink? That sets them off like, hey, who the hell is this guy? You know, he's not asking me for traffic tips or anything else. He's asking me, can he buy me a drink? Sorry, guys. The thing is, by buying Chris, like my mind was already blown that I was buying Chris Jones and his woman a drink anyway, but that opened the door to, you know, later on we were standing around. I watched Chris Jones ride the bull, and I watched his woman ride the bull, and I watched them both fall off of it in style, by the way. But so, you know, that opened the door to, like, we were all just hanging out and partying, and she hit because I took the initiative and bought his woman a drink. She actually came up to me and said, hey, are you coming with us to the after party? It's just a few of us going, you know, do you want to go? And I was like, yeah, where are we going? She was like, are you coming to the stage? And I was like, the stage? Yeah, hell yeah, I'm going to be there in Vegas, you mean? No, it's a bar down the road. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm definitely going there. And so, you know, to get invited by Chris Jones to go to an after party, basically, you know, and then while we were, that opened the door to getting some more video footage that can help with our marketing, you know what I mean? Because while we're walking down the street, because I had took the time to buy him a drink, I was able to just catch him in a moment where he was just smoking his cigar. You could see this look of shining, you know, just something bright out there of achievement. Like, look at what I have done, you know, because of me, all these people can go out and have a good time. They can live life free. They can live life on their terms. And he just had that look on his face, did he not, Johnny? I mean, it was just awesome, right?
Yeah. It was basically like a sense of accomplishment that was over.
Yeah, so I was able to just walk up to him and say, hey, Chris, how was that Jack Fire anyway? How's that taste? I've never had that before. So, you know, just by buying him that drink, that got my foot in the door to be able to later approach him. And so now at this point, me and Chris Jones are walking down the streets of Nashville on Broadway in front of a whole entourage. You know, we got video footage of me and Chris Jones walking down the street together, right? So think of how we can use that in marketing our business, you know what I mean? The creator of the business we are promoting. So you can't do this without going to an event, of course. But what I'm going to talk about here in a second is how you can do it online. So this is some cool stuff too. So just bear with me for a minute. I promise I'm not the best storyteller, and if you're getting lost in my stories, if I can do this, you can do it. Trust me, that's what you should be thinking. If that dude in the red hat sitting there drinking beer and vaping can do this, I know I can. You know what I mean? So I mean, like, I'm telling you guys, when you see, I mean, for those of you in the 24-hour marketing group who have actually seen the video because you made the decision to click the green button below and get started, you know, for those of you who are in there, if you're brand new to the group, I encourage you to go over there and check out that video because it's just freaking awesome. Like me and Chris Jones walking down the street, smoking a cigar, talking about, and then like after we finish talking, we're talking about like business type stuff, you know, and that led into me telling him my story, and we got really passionate about it. And you know, basically what he told me was, are you willing to die for this? You know, are you willing to die so that you can have the freedom you want? Are you willing to die so that your kids don't ever have to go to daycare? Are you willing to die so you can go travel? You know what I'm saying? Are you willing to spend time getting the results that you want in life, or are you just going to go work at Starbucks and fix chef's coffee? I mean, and so, you know, I got it turned into a weepy moment for me, honestly. You know, I'm not going to lie. But while I was doing that, his woman was actually recording me and him talking. So I'm on Chris Jones's phone somewhere, a video of me and him, you know. And then I had to sign my tab from this bar we had just left. So as soon as I turned around, him and his woman were both like standing there just waiting to give me a big hug. So I felt like a superstar for a day because I got the creator bypass, and he's running up giving me a hug. I'm not asking for his time. He's actually asking for mine at this point.
Wow.
So to just kind of, you know, go back over what I actually did there. If you're taking notes, and either you are or you're not, I don't care either way. But you know, here's basically what it is. You know, if you want you've got to get your foot in the door. So you got to find a way to get your foot in the door. The easiest way to do that, if you know somebody, if you see them with a drink in their hand or something, go ask them, hey, can I buy you a drink? Can I get you a drink? I don't know many people that drink that are going to turn down a free drink, honestly. I just don't. So, yeah, that gets your foot in the door right there. So buy them a drink, all right? Then that gives you another foot in the door for later on to be able to approach that person and say, hey, how did you like that drink I bought you, basically? You know what I'm saying? And then that reminds them that, hey, yeah, man, this dude's awesome. He bought me a drink. And so that, I mean, like, there's not many, I mean, on this past weekend, there's nobody that can say they walked up the street with Chris Jones talking one-on-one for the whole way from one bar to another. There's nobody like, there's nobody that what, you know, that were able to have the experience that we had besides the people who were with us, you know. And so, you know, get your foot in the door, get your foot in the door, and then make the best of the experience possible. And don't bug people about, you know, don't bug these people about, hey, how can I get the best traffic or anything like that. You just, you know, you're one of them. They connect with you. So just act like you're, you know, hanging out with your friend, you know, act like y'all are already friends. And that all goes to mindset too. Imagine yourself already in the place that you want to be in life. So if I want to be $1 million earner, I'm going to hang out with $1 million earners. I'm not going to hang out with somebody that's making, you know, $7 a month or something like that. I mean, I will, but I'm not going to spend as much time with that person as I do with somebody that's making $1 million. I mean, you see what I'm saying? So like yesterday, what's cool, and this is going to lead me into telling you, you know, you weren't able to make this event, so what are you going to do, you know, from this point? So when we came back on Monday, no, it was yesterday, man. We came back on Monday. I've lost track of time, folks. I'm not going to lie. I'm extremely exhausted from the work that me and Johnny did. We literally were running off 3 hours of sleep every day. But anyway, so yesterday what I did was I sat down and I thought of all the big people that I had connected with at the event, hung out with, partied with, all that good stuff, you know what I mean? So I sat down and I went to Facebook because what I did, and this is what you should do as well, and this is what was awesome about what me and Johnny did too, was we not only talked to these people, but the people we networked with, we actually captured their information. We pulled out our phones and said, hey, can I add you on Facebook, this and that and the other. So like right then, you know, we're getting instant approvals because we're already in their mind. You know what I mean? So they're like, yeah, man, yeah, add me on Facebook, let's talk. So what I did yesterday was I spent time sitting down and writing people letters that we got interviews with, thanking them, you know, sending them messages on Facebook, thanking them for their time, thanking them for their dedication to this business, because without them, I could not be where I'm at today. I could not have the experiences that I have. I could not do that kind of thing. So I wanted to actually thank them for their time and kind of reconnect with them, you know what I'm saying? Even though we were only apart for a couple of days, I wanted to remain fresh in their mind. And, you know, most of the people who went up and got a picture with these people, you know, they probably honestly did not take the time to go back on Facebook and write these people a message and thank them for, you know, the tips and advice and taking the time out of their busy schedules, because these people are extremely busy at these events. So, you know, you have to catch them at the right time if you're going to catch them, but taking the time out of their schedules to meet with you and give you these tips and things like that. So that's another ninja tactic that you should use, is thank people for their time. Thank them for what they do. Thank them for whatever you know, and really mean it. Really mean it from your heart to show them gratitude, because guys, what they do is unexplainable. Me and Johnny hung out with some of the big people who had to come in and speak, and they were talking about, you know, they were telling us stories at the Waffle House at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning about having to travel for 30 hours the next day. So when you've got people flying in 30 hours away just to help you for the price of an event ticket, I mean, get out of town, guys. Get out of town. You're not going to find that in any other company. You're not going to find it. I don't care where you go. You're not going to find it.
So let me interject here for a minute. I just want to say this. If you're watching this right now and you may be thinking, well, I'm not at an event. I don't know how am I supposed to network with these people if I'm not at an event, and maybe I can't go to Vegas or whatever. So a way you can turn this to actually engage online is by just engaging with actual people, actual leaders in the industry, by going and liking and sharing their Facebook content, going and liking and sharing their Pinterest and Twitter and retweeting their stuff on Twitter and going to their blogs and commenting and start getting that engagement. And if you'll start engaging with people, they'll engage back, because that's what this business is about. And that's how you can start forming a relationship with people, is when you start actually getting out of your comfort zone and taking just a few minutes. And it doesn't take long to go around to a couple people's Facebook posts or to a couple blog posts, a couple of YouTube videos, and just engage in it. And that'll help you start building a relationship with that person, because if you truly are grateful and you truly appreciate the value that they put out to the marketplace, they're gonna reciprocate by commenting back to where you can actually engage with them. So that's a way you can take it to online too, right?
Yeah, man. So check this out. So after I did that, right, imagine the number of responses I got, guys. If I showed you my Facebook Messenger right now, you just probably run to the bathroom and throw up. It's that sick. You know what I'm saying? It's that sick. I sat and masterminded with Dee Beringia yesterday for about an hour. I had her going over to my site, checking it out, giving me recommendations on how to improve. And actually, through that connection, I was able to find out that me and Johnny and her actually have a similar niche market, which would flow perfectly with our blog already. So we actually are working on a project with Dee Beringia, 2 days after the event. So I mean, that's how you network online, though, is you just go and approach these people approach these people and let them know that, hey, I'm a real person and you're a real person. What's up? Talk to them like you would talk to their friends. Don't be afraid of the celebrity glow that they have around them. You know what I'm saying? Because these are real people and they really will help you. They really will sit down and talk to you. Before I talked to Dee, I talked to Lawrence Tam, and Lawrence Tam is another $1 million ring earner. And so me and Lawrence Tam, actually, that's another story in itself, which I'll probably tell on next week's Hangout. But so me and Lawrence Tam actually at the I Pass Black Card party sit and networked for a little bit, and so I reconnected with him on Facebook, and we sat down and chatted for a little while. So it's important to build these relationships in your business, because, like Chris Jones said, he went from sleeping on the lawn of the Hard Rock in Vegas to earning 7 figures. And again, his results are not typical. You can see our average income disclaimer at empowernetwork.com/income. But he actually went and did that, you know what I'm saying? So I lost where I was going with it. I mean,
he took action to do it. So
yeah. Go for it, Jay.
I just want to say also, you guys, you have to realize that the key element here is networking. All right, so just think about this for a second. I wasn't at the event. All right, what I did is everything I could do to actually get to that event. All right, in the sense that I watched the online streaming. All right, I paid for that. All right, it was like, for everything it cost like $400, but it was absolutely worth every cent. Now here's the thing. Because I networked with Johnny and Jeff, because I actually I was interacting with them while they were there, I actually got to have a conversation with John Pemberthy. All right, I actually messaged him on Skype, and on Facebook, and we were exchanging. We were saying, hey, how you doing? How things going? So I made a small connection there, and I wasn't even at the event. The only reason I made a connection with John Pemberthy was because of these guys. And you have to realize that if you want to get into this type of thing, the influence of people around you is very important. So do exactly what Johnny and Jeff said, and go and follow these people. Go and like what they say. Go and comment on their blogs, their Facebook shares, everything. Because at the end of the day, you might write something very interesting, and they might get back to you and say, "Hey, thanks for that." there was actually a story years ago about a guy who never even knew Dave Wood, and he wrote a blog called "Dave Wood Gave Me $200," and everyone's like, "What? Why did he give you $200?" But it actually was to earn like a certain amount of commissions that Dave Wood gave him because he's the owner of the company or whatever, Coke founder. So because of that, he got so much traction that it actually got to Dave Wood, and Dave Wood looked at this and went, "Man, that's interesting." And he actually got connected with this guy, and he actually, he ended up teaching on the 15K formula and everything. It's absolutely amazing what you can do when you actually network with people and develop those connections.
Here's kind of a recap. Hey, Johnny, turn it off, please.
I am.
Hey, so here's kind of a recap of those ninja tactics. You know what I'm saying? So what Dave was saying goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. Be different. Stand out. Because when you stand out, it's like I said, it's gonna set you apart from everybody else, and they're not gonna approach you the same as they approach everybody else. So stand out. And another thing is, don't be afraid. You know what I'm saying? It's that fear inside of you that stops you from following your dreams in life. It's that fear inside of you that stops you from achieving the greatness that that we all have the capacity to achieve. We all can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You over there, yes, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can do this thing. It's a matter of mindset. So get your mindset right. Start building relationships, whether it's online, whether it's offline. If you're having trouble connecting with $1 million ring earners and stuff because you weren't at an event, they don't really know who you are. That's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie to you guys. You can't just end this Skype call and go out there and send a message to one of these people and expect them to, connect back with you right away. But somebody that's already met them, did an interview with them, shook their hand, hang out with them, whatever, they're going to get a response super quick. So if you can't do that, then go find somebody that you can network with. You can network with me. You can network with Johnny. You can network with Dave. You can network with whoever brought you to this hangout right here. You know what I mean? Because we're all here to help, and that's what we do inside of our groups. That you're placed in for support. Whenever you click that green button below, and guys, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm going to beg you to click that green button or change your life, because that's what that is down there. That is a life-changing button, because if you make the decision to click on that button, it is going to change your life if you allow it to, and if you do the work that's necessary, and if you have a big enough why, and if you have the right mindset. That button that you can go to right now is going to literally change your life. You've got to get over that fear. You've got to start taking chances in life, or you're going to end up working at Starbucks, fixing my coffee the rest of your life. Do you really want to do that? No. The answer is always no, guys. You do not want to do that with your life.
And listen, I'm personally testimony to this system, because I struggled for years and couldn't never make nothing work, man. And when I got in this, I just started implementing the training that was in it, and the training that I got from networking, and it took off, So it's all right here. Everything you need is right here. It's just a matter of you actually using it and taking off with it. And if you're willing to do that, then, or if you're serious and your why is big enough and you're willing to do that, then you'll have success too. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So that's really the reality of it. But I know we're getting ready to go on like an hour and a half. We're at an hour and 20 minutes right now. So I guess we'll finish wrapping this up here, and we hope that you guys have got some major value out of it. And I know it was kind of a little wild, a little crazy, but that's just the way that we are. So
it's how we roll, man. It's how we roll.
Because
the thing is, here's the thing, guys, and here's the thing. When you're in business for yourself, and especially this type of business, because of the nature of this business, and that's what you'll learn when you're on the inside. It gives you the freedom to be you. It gives you the freedom to choose who you want to work with. I had coworkers I could not stand working with, so why would I want to attract that type of people? So I'm just going to be me and hope that people resonate with me. So if they don't, then I don't really want to work with those people. You know what I mean?
You're not trying to get everybody. You're just trying to get
because honestly, here's what it boils down to, is that at the end of the day, me and Johnny are still going to do this with or without the people that are going to join us or not. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we're still going to do this, and no matter no matter what happens. So at the end of the day, we're not trying to attract everybody. We're only trying to attract a certain type of people, and that's the same with Dave. That's the same with anybody else that's on this webinar. If you attract the people that you want to work with, it allows you the freedom to be yourself, to be who you are, and that is what life is about. It's not about being a certain type of way.
Yeah, and that's what iPass and Empower is about. Is about empowering you to be yourself, and you can absolutely do that. And that's it. I mean, really, that's this business. Once you get it, is you get what it is. You'll kill it once you understand that amount. You'll kill it. So, guys, we appreciate you guys watching this. Dave, man, shout out. Appreciate you hosting this thing for us and getting it up and going for us on this first go around.
Dave is the man, guys. Like, one more time for Dave in the comment section. Just blow it up for him, because this guy is the man right here. Like, yeah. I have mad respect for you, Dave.
Cheers, guys. Thanks already.
Awesome. Guys, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, next week, same time, same place, same location. The relationship guys will be here. We may or may not have a special guest on with us. So, yeah, you just have to be on the lookout for our emails and things like that. And we'll see you next week, guys. Jeff out.